Welcoming City exhibit, and I'll ask my WOW coacher, Lisa Taylor, to come up here and help me do this. Je vais juste vous présenter Louisa un peu. Louisa est une journaliste, une conseillère en communication privée et reconnue, notamment pour ses reportages sur l'immigration, la santé, la communauté et le développement international. Elle est née à Ottawa, mais elle a aussi vécu à Toronto, à Montréal et à Dar es Salaam en Tanzanie. So Louisa was a journalist at the Ottawa Citizen who worked extensively on immigration issues, health issues as well. She's also traveled and lived in different places around Canada and lived in Tanzania as well in Dar es Salaam. So I'll let Lisa take it.
Hello everyone. I'm going to introduce Sarah now. She's been popping up here and I don't know if anyone's told you about her. And she's kind of like magnificent. For a lot of you she needs no introduction. She is around town. She's everywhere in the best possible way. She's a broadcaster. She has a show on CHUO. 2 shows, that's right, Black on Black and Africa Revisited. She is the founder of Black Ottawa 411. She's on the board of the Black History Ottawa organization. She's a member of the United Way Community Builder Award Recognition Team. She is just so energetic and such a huge part of our community. And I'm thrilled to be co-chair with her of Welcome Ottawa Week. Issues, and I'm not going to take too far away from that, but I do have to point out a major error on the banner. It says Ottawa Local Immigrant Partnership. They want you to think that the P stands for partnership, but we're here to explain that it actually stands for party. That's what Welcoming Ottawa Week is all about. It's bringing a little of the fun. Once the hard work that's going on at the front lines, all the policy work, all the statistics, all the challenges and triumphs that everyone is working, especially people in this room, are working so hard on every day. There's also the human aspect of simply being together, celebrating, talking, and learning from each other. And that's what Welcoming Ottawa Week is all about. So I just want to urge you to check out your calendar. Everyone got this in their registration kit. Open it up, check out the events. There's some great ones. If you want to spend some time with Sarah, she is going to be...
Je viens animer un événement en français. C'est le 2e forum diversité culturelle à Ottawa, intersection de croissance multiculturelle franco, et ça a lieu ce vendredi, le 26 juin, de 18h à 21h, au centre communautaire Richelieu-Vanier, 300 avenue des Pères Blancs.
Celebrating the 400th anniversary of Francophonie is a major theme this year for WOW, so we're very thrilled with all the partnerships we've had with different Francophone organizations in town. Later today, I'm going to be in this room for the launch of a new program for World Skills, and then this evening there's a wonderful small public discussion at the Rochefort Cafe on LGBTQ migration, and then things just keep going from there. We've got art exhibitions, we've got picnics, we've got the Community Cup soccer tournament at the end of it all, which is a wonderful annual event at Brewer Park. And I urge you, even if you aren't a player, come out, and it's just a wonderful window into our community. All right, so you can check that out and find your spot on the calendar. We are going to talk now about what does it mean to be a welcoming city? What happens when a newcomer feels welcome in Ottawa, and what happens when they don't? For the 2nd year in a row, we're exploring these questions through an exhibit, Stories and Faces of a Welcoming City. As you can see, it's portraits of immigrants and the Ottawa residents who help them feel at home. This exhibition is our way of saying being a welcoming city isn't just about all the kind of policy structural stuff that we just talked about. As essential as that is, it doesn't go anywhere without being buttressed by the one-on-one connections. So it isn't just about removing barriers to health and employment and education, it's about each of us being open to the new and the unknown. So as these ambassadors show us, being welcoming is also about making those one-on-one connections that help a person feel grounded in our community. Their examples are amazing. Inviting strangers into your life and into your family. helping students find their place in your classroom, showing a skilled professional how to navigate the Canadian job market, bringing people together to make new connections. So we invited immigrants to nominate someone who made a difference to their sense of belonging. We were thrilled to receive so many excellent nominations this year, and I know that there are some nominees in this room who did not make it to the final selection. And I would say that you are all valued, and we hope that your nominators will put your name forward again next year. So it's hard to choose just 11.
So we tried to balance out the final selection in terms of the characteristics of the nominee pool, Ottawa demographics, and how deep and significant their relationship to their nominator. We referred to these qualities of welcome to guide us as we considered each nominee. Then photographer David Andrews created portraits of 11 of these ambassadors of welcome and the person who nominated them. We shot them on a beautiful, sunny, but cold day on the grounds of City Hall, and are very grateful to our partners at the City of Ottawa for their support to make that happen. The result is the bold and vibrant portraits you see around you and the stories encapsulated in the handouts you'll find on the table. This exploration of diversity, friendship, and belonging will be on display at several events during the Welcoming Ottawa Week and at Ottawa City Hall in early July.
So we have several of the ambassadors here today. Sarah and I are now going to introduce you briefly through the slides to the people behind the portraits. And I ask the ambassadors to stay seated. We're going to ask you to rise at the end to be recognized.
Salome Tanti nominated Amaya Coker for helping her find her feet in this country. She was struggling to find her way in Ottawa, and she walked into his office and asked to see the person in charge. And she walked out knowing she had a path. And she says that open door was so important. Vicky et Claudia. Vicky Trudel a été mise en nomination par Claudia Pinto et 4 autres nominateurs. Claudia nous dit: être avec elle m'apprend que je n'ai pas besoin de changer ma personnalité ou mes valeurs pour m'intégrer à un nouveau pays. Être accueillie comme ça me fait sentir chez moi et me donne un sentiment d'appartenance. Charles et Élise. Charles Chimanga a été mis en nomination par Élise Edimo. On se plaît à dire que le Canada est un pays où il y a beaucoup d'emplois, mais la vérité est qu'il y a tout un processus. Et pour quelqu'un qui vient de l'extérieur, ce n'est pas évident. Charles inspire à ses clients la confiance dont ils ont besoin pour réussir dans ce processus.
Wendy Alexis, a teacher at an elementary school, St. Luke's Catholic School, was nominated by one of her students, Oshan Galawak, and his father Paul. Paul told us, if someone like me, who knew nothing but war in my home country, arrives in a place where there's no one looking after me or mentoring me, then I would be just the same Paul that came from the war zone, traumatized and out of touch with Canadian norms. But life can be different when you have a mentor, a person who welcomes you. Wendy is able to step outside her comfort zone and step into the shoes of someone new, to be that person just for a moment. Alice Musabende nominated Anne and Roger Bird, who helped her find her feet in Ottawa, just as she had done for them in Rwanda. If you are not welcomed, if you do not have someone who shows you the ropes and shows you the spirit of the place, you always remain an outsider. Anne and Roger opened my eyes to a different way of life and allowed me to see my own place here. Carrie's nomination of Heather, Carrie Guhachi's nomination of Heather Pugh, reminded us that even when a newcomer seems to have all the tools for rapid integration, it's hard to call a place home until someone takes you under her wing. Carrie told us, even for an American, moving to Canada means setting up a new life. Bank accounts, bureaucracy, weather, everything is overwhelming. If you don't have a community welcoming you, you can feel alone and disenfranchised, like you don't belong. Getting to know Heather was the first time I thought my new life could be as rich and full as the one I left.
Georgia Wild nominated Beatrice and Benson Osome. He says the Osomes were very open, always inviting us over, particularly during holidays. That first connection is always so important. It brings a sense of positivity, and you feel a sense of belonging. I think that brings out the good in us. Mélanie Gamache, c'est ça. Mélanie Gamache et Yvonne Kachunga. Lorsque nous sommes arrivés, mon mari et moi avions du mal à nous trouver un emploi. Nous étions si découragés, ainsi que nos enfants. Mais les enfants, de retour de l'école, commencèrent à parler de Madame Gamache. Madame Gamache. Je me demandais bien qui c'était. Mélanie a mis un sourire sur les visages de mes enfants, de par l'amour qu'elle leur prodiguait et l'accueil qu'elle leur rendait.
Grace John nominated Eleanor Henderson, whom she met in Sri Lanka before arriving in Canada. Eleanor even called Canadian visa officials to vouch for Grace's English skills. Eleanor found a job for me when I first came. She is my second mother, and my whole family loves her. I was lucky that when I arrived, Eleanor was waiting for me. I was never lost. Pierre Charret was nominated by Ephraim Nijame. Ephraim took advantage of job search workshops at World Skills in the YMCA, and when he met Pierre, it all came together. If someone like Pierre hadn't helped me, I would have ended up continuing in maintenance, and I would have wondered why I ever studied chemical engineering. He made me feel strong and confident, and I just got a job in my field. This is our final pair. Actually, it's a trio. Yvette Yende Ashiri was nominated by several people, including Rawan Dalshe and Sabine Daniel. Rawan says, Yvette is so welcoming. She asks about your life, how you are doing, and if she can help, she will. We work together to organize an event. I'm so new, but she trusted in me and my abilities. Being welcome makes me feel like fit here, and I have a chance to prove myself. So, would the ambassadors who are here today please stand and be recognized? Thank you all for everything you do, big and small, to make Ottawa more welcoming. So this exhibit would not have been possible without the time, talent, and good humor of photographer David Andrews, who's not here today, but David, thank you very much.
It also would not have been possible without the continuing support of Canada's Palm and Ottawa's success story in the global framing business. Thanks so much for their support and excellent work.
Finally, this isn't the end of the story for the exhibition. You could be a sponsor or a host of Stories and Faces of a Welcoming City. It's an excellent tool to showcase the beauty and diversity of the city. And just talk to someone on the OLIP team and we'll make it happen. We can bring the exhibition to your next event, to your workplace, your community hall, and get people talking about what it means to be welcoming. As our ambassadors have shown, welcoming is about, above all, reaching across the divide about what we think divides us to find what we share. So next, I believe, coffee.
But before the coffee break, et j'aimerais aussi rajouter que je félicite beaucoup la communauté francophone qui a participé massivement à cette initiative des ambassadeurs de la scène d'accueil d'Ottawa.